Yo, hello, hello. Oh, here we go. Yo, hello. All right. So what we need to do? I don't know how to make the volume go down. All right. All right. So let's go here. Yeah. Hey. Okay. So we're about to get into this, y'all. Hold up, man. I'm supposed to be having somebody coming by, so give me a second, man. I'm trying to work through these technical difficulties. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Just give me a second, guys. I should have had all this spit together. You know, how's everybody's Monday? Slowly but surely, people are coming in. When you come in, please hit the like button. That really does help the channel out. Really do appreciate that. Be sure to check out my other videos. Alrighty. Just give me a few seconds, guys, here. And we're about to get into the dilly, y'all. So hold up. Okay. Trying to share this stream out to one and all. Okay, and then we'll go here. So, how's everybody doing? So, we're gonna have a fun stream. I talked to y'all guys Saturday about this stream. Like I said, I really do appreciate if everyone hits the like button. That really helps the growth and development of this channel. Okay. So we're almost there, folks. We're almost there. Anybody got anything to say before I begin? So we're gonna let everybody get in the room, wait a couple of minutes. And I do apologize. I was a little late. It's better late than never. Okay. Um should I share it on Facebook? I think I should share it on Facebook. I hope my volume is not too loud. If it is, let me know. So we're about to get into this. Like I said, I do apologize. All right, I think that's it. I think that's it. I think that's it. Alrighty. And we're gonna do this last thing, and then we're gonna get into it. Boys and girls, gentlemen of all ages. Alrighty. What's up, people? What's up? It's your boy, the host with the most. I'm Chris Don One. Welcome to my live stream. I told you guys I was gonna do one once every Monday. Uh, I also told you guys 30 minutes. I'm gonna be on here for 30 minutes. If there's not a influx of people coming in, then I'm just going to end it right there. But for today, I might be on here a little bit longer. Okay, because we got a lot of topics. Okay, so first topic I want to talk about is Microsoft and Sony. I feel like they're going in two different directions. Okay, they're doing two different things, and I made a video on this on my other channel, just my opinion. Go check that channel out. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to it, hit the notification bell, yada, yada, yada. But I remember talking about this, and let me see if my volume's not too up, not too far up. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And I had a conversation about this, and I talked about how Sony and Microsoft is doing things differently. And I see a lot of people in the comment section. I see people on social media, every time Sony does something well, they're saying Microsoft, they preach doom and gloom about Microsoft. Microsoft should do better. And every time Microsoft do something better, every time Microsoft do something, I see a lot of people saying, well, Sony, they need to do better. Sprouting the doom and gloom. Okay. So I made a video talking about these two companies are going in two different directions, and you shouldn't really compare the two. At the end of the day, they're sticking to what they feel are their strengths. Okay. And Microsoft is selling a service. Okay. They're branching out and spreading their wings, and they're selling a service, and they're selling Game Pass, and Game Pass is successful. Okay. Let's make no stones about it. Okay. Super successful. All right. On the other hand, Sony is just doing what they always been doing, selling systems. That's their strength. That's their bread and butter. Nothing wrong with that. I see nothing wrong with what Sony or Microsoft is doing. The problem is people. Damn, I got my first dislike. I didn't get a chance to say anything. Okay, so the problem is Sony is looking at it like, look, when you look at their consoles, they're very good with selling consoles, and you can just look at their track record. The PlayStation 1 was a success. The PlayStation 2 was a success. The PlayStation 3, it may started off slow, but it ended up being a success. The PlayStation 4 is a success. And when you look at the PlayStation 5, ultimately, whenever the length of this console is going to be 8, 10, 12 years down the road, it's going to be a success. Okay? When you look at what Microsoft tried to do, Microsoft tried to play the same ball game as Sony and Nintendo. Okay. Sony and Nintendo are selling systems. Microsoft said, well, we want to be in the system selling business. And if you look at what Microsoft did, the OG Xbox was a commercial flop. Okay. The 360 had some success going on, had some success in the beginning, but teetered off, and it was the third best console. And when you talk about the Xbox One, it started off bad, and it was, I wouldn't say it was a flop, but it wasn't what they expected. And with the Series X and S, we won't really know what those systems are going to do 7, 8, 9, 10 years down the road. So it's too hard for us to judge as of right now. Okay. So when you look at from the perspective of Sony, they're looking at it as, look, we always sold systems. Okay. And that's our bread and our butter. And we're pretty good at it. As long as we have IPs and titles that we compare alongside our consoles are going to be successful. Okay. But when you look at Microsoft and you look at what they have in store, in the beginning, they had the Halos, they had the Gears, they had the Forzas. But in the midst of all that, those IPs are not as significant as the IPs that Sony has. Okay. They started to diminish. Okay. When Epic had the Gears IP, they left it in good hands. Microsoft bought them out. Now it's Microsoft's IP. When Bungie had Halo was flying on all cylinders. They gave it to Microsoft. Microsoft gave it to a different team. And even though the Halo the Halo games are good, they're not as good as their successors, which is the ones that Bungie made. Okay. Even though there have been some Gears, those games are good, but they're not as good as their successor, which was when Epic had it. Okay. So that's when Phil Spencer and them came up with the ideal of, look, we can't compete with Nintendo and Sony and we got to get out of the system selling business. We need to get into a service selling business. And Phil Spencer has been echoing this since the beginning, that he wants Game Pass on the same stratosphere as a Hulu, as a Netflix. Okay. And that's pretty much, when you look at things, that's pretty much where the direction that they're going. Okay. The beginning of Game Pass, let's just be honest, it was just a handful of duds. Crackdown was on Game Pass. There was a lot of games like that on Game Pass. Game Pass in the early stages, people couldn't justify it. They couldn't justify it. Now, when you start seeing MLB integrated into Game Pass, when you start seeing all these other IPs integrated into Game Pass, now Game Pass is starting to be significant. Okay, but still, we're still waiting for a AAA exclusive to launch day and date with Game Pass. Still there's no Call of Duty on Game Pass. There's no Battlefield on Game Pass. There's no AAA game, Assassin's Creed. None of those games has entered day and date in Game Pass. Okay. And the biggest thing that Game Pass have had since was people were talking about the MLB thing, how MLB is on Game Pass, and on the PlayStation side of things, the only way you're going to play MLB The Show is you have to buy the game itself, either through the disc or from the PlayStation Store. You can't even get it off of PlayStation Now. You can't even get a discount for it. And that's what a lot of people are, sprouting this doom and gloom, saying, well, this is only the beginning. Pretty soon, people are saying, well, why buy MLB The Show $70 when you can get where the people from Microsoft can get it for free by buying Game Pass? And to that, I say this, I feel like now more than ever, people are gaming on so many different devices and so many different services. They're not exclusively tied to one console or to one service. Okay. I think those days are done. Those days are behind us. Okay. People, this ideal of I'm only going to be a fan to just Microsoft and Microsoft only, or only going to be a fan to Sony or only to Nintendo. I think those days are done. I feel like now more than ever, people are getting games. People are playing games on different devices and different services. Now more than ever, people are playing their games on their smartphones. Now more than ever, people are playing games on tablets, PCs. They're playing them on consoles. They're not exclusively tied to one system and one service. So when people heard the news about the show is basically on Game Pass and you don't have to spend $70, to a lot of people that they were fine with it. But there is an exclusive club of people that feel like, well, you know, I'm a Sony. I only have one console and one console only. I'm Sony through and through. I'm not going to buy an Xbox console just to get MLB The Show for free. What Sony's going to do for me? Okay, because I'm exclusively for Sony. I feel like that's a laughable argument, because now more than ever, the freedom that you have in 2020, well, in just this year, you don't get that same freedom and opportunity back in 1980 or 1990. I feel like now more than ever, people have 2 or maybe 3 more consoles in their households. I feel like now more than ever, people are playing and experiencing games on their smartphones, on their televisions, on their laptops, on their PCs. I just don't feel like people now more than ever are just only exclusively to one console or one service. Ask yourself, how many people got Netflix? I mean, how many people have a subscription for Netflix? I guarantee you, people that have subscriptions for Netflix, they also have a subscription for Hulu. I guarantee you, that same individual that has a Netflix and a Hulu subscription package, they got a Disney Plus package. We would laugh at somebody or mock somebody if they just said, well, I'm a Disney Plus fanboy. I only watch movies that come on Disney Plus. I'm not a Netflix fanboy. I'm not a Hulu fanboy. We'll say, like, what are you talking about? That's laughable. Okay. And that's what and that's how some people look like now, sitting up here saying, well, you know, that's not fair. You know, that's not fair because MLB The Show is damn near free for their consumer base. But what about PlayStation fanboys? What do we get for free? Can we get a bat free? Can we get a baseball hat free? Can we get a baseball free? Can we get a character unlocked free? I mean, let's look at MLB The Show for a minute. To the people out there that's upset that MLB is on multiple devices, for the people out there that's upset that MLB is on Game Pass, let me ask you something. How many times have you ever played MLB The Show? How many times? I mean, MLB The Show has been out since the PlayStation 3. I remember buying it twice on my PlayStation 3. I think I never bought it on PlayStation 4, and I wasn't even thinking about buying it for the PlayStation 5. To the people out there that's whining and moaning and complaining, how many times have you ever said to yourself, I'm buying a Sony console so I can have the ability to play MLB The Show? MLB The Show was really, it was really never compared to the titans of the exclusives that PlayStation had. It was never the Uncharted. It was never the Uncharted. It was never even Ratchet and Clank. It was never The Last of Us. the MLB The Show was never advertised as a system seller. The only, when I think back to the sale numbers for MLB The Show, even back to the PlayStation 3, I don't even think it even cracked the top 10. Now, last year, it did some numbers last year, but that's just 1 year out of, I want to say 15 years of MLB The Show, maybe more, maybe less. So for all the people that were mad and complaining and whining because it's integrated on Game Pass, how many of those people actually played MLB The Show? Have even bought MLB The Show? That's a fan of MLB The Show. There's a lot of titles in Sony's library that is exclusive to the Sony library that a lot of these guys don't even touch or even talk about or even play. And MLB The Show was in that particular category. Yes, Sony could have easily said, okay, if first of all, MLB The Show, the license wasn't even Sony's. It was Major League Baseball. So if Major League Baseball says, hey, look, Sony, we want our game not only on PlayStation consoles, we want it on PC. We also want it on other devices and consoles. I mean, there's little Sony could do other than stop making it. And Santa Monica, they were fans of baseball. They were fans of, this was like a passion project to them. Okay. Santa Monica. I don't know what I was saying, but they was a fan of it. And I feel like that's what the old heads of Sony was thinking. Okay, well, you guys are fans of it. You guys want to continue to make it. Okay, we'll back it. Okay, it's been like more than 10 years of us having different integrations of MLB The Show. And yet, during that whole time span, it was never known to be a system seller. Or, Sony has any rights to say where this IP could go and who can play this IP. It was never that type of decision. And yes, they could have easily said, you know what, we're just simply not going to continue to make this game, and Major League Baseball, you're going to find somebody else to do it. I feel like Sony could have, if they had that type of opinion, they could have lost some money on the end. At the end of the day, this is all business, and Sony is making money having this game not only on PlayStation consoles, but on Xbox Game Pass, PC. I don't know if you can play this game on the smartphone. I'm not sure about that, but I'm pretty sure you could, because there was one point you could have played this game on the Vita. All right. So, I mean, for anyone out there that is a diehard Major League Baseball fan and they don't want to spend $70 on the PlayStation version, I mean, get you an Xbox. I mean, the days of when I'm only exclusive to one company and one company only is over with. You don't say that about your music. You're streaming your music. You have Pandora, you have Apple, you have SoundCloud, you have all of these other services, but you don't hear nobody saying, well, I'm only a Titus fan. I'm only a Titus fan only. I mean, I don't listen to my music on any other streaming service. Okay. Or tennis shoes. Well, I'm only Puma. I'm not going to buy Reebok or Nike. I'm strictly Puma. Fast food, hey, look, I love McDonald's. I'm exclusively for McDonald's. I'm not going to go to Wendy's. I'm not going to go to Burger King. I'm not going to any of those places. I'm only mutually exclusive to McDonald's and McDonald's only. We don't do that in any other part of our life, but it's acceptable in gaming. And it's laughable. It's getting kind of ridiculous. If you don't have two consoles, if you don't have at least a PC or an Xbox, or which, why would you have a PC and an Xbox? Because they virtually play the same amount of games. If you don't have a Nintendo Switch or a PC or a Nintendo Switch or a PlayStation, if you don't have two consoles or a console or a tablet or a console or a gaming laptop, then I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I just can't imagine anybody in this era of time only having one device to play their games. One device. So when you look at Microsoft and you look at Sony, Sony is selling a system and Microsoft is selling a service. Now, at the end of the day, who's going to win this war? Who's going to win this battle? Everyone likes to make versus battles out of everything. Revolt should have a versus battle between Microsoft and Sony, by the way. I feel like either way, it could be sustainable if the consumers keep requesting it and keep demanding it and keep wanting it. You already seen a blueprint with Sony and their consoles. They never had not one of their consoles flop. So why start now? I don't see the PlayStation 5 flopping. Sorry. When you look at Microsoft and Game Pass, it's having up and down gears. Hell, sometimes Game Pass is on sale. You can get Game Pass for a month for $1. You can get Game Pass for 6 months for a penny. Okay, they always have these ridiculous sales. Okay, but is that sustainable? Will eventually people go to Game Pass? I feel like people will go to Game Pass if they can get all their games on Game Pass. That's the only if in that. And I just don't see Grand Theft Auto. I don't see Call of Duty, Battlefield, Madden, 2K. You know, Fortnite's free. You can get Fortnite anywhere. I just don't see those heavy hitters going to Game Pass because why should they go to Game Pass? They sell out regardless. I don't see the Assassin's Creeds going to Game Pass. I don't see Division going to Game Pass. Until Game Pass start getting games like that and a bunch of games like that, then I can, then I can see this thing. I can see this thing being a huge success. But as of right now, from month to month, you just don't know. But like Phil Spencer says, he wants Game Pass to be similar to Hulu or Netflix. Have you ever went to Hulu and Netflix? Like, I went to Netflix over the weekend thinking I was going to watch a movie. I went to Hulu. There was nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing interested me. But that's not to say next week it won't be nothing there. Or next weekend or next month, it won't be nothing there. But I buy the service thinking that it's going to be something there that I'm going to watch. Same thing with Hulu. We got Disney Plus, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I feel like that's the best show on Disney Plus. I try to watch WandaVision. I'm in and out of WandaVision. Okay, I'm not a huge. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me. WandaVision it makes me go to sleep. Oh, but we got HBO Max. I try to watch King Kong versus Godzilla, and I fell asleep 15 minutes into it. I kept going in and out of sleep. I don't know if I was under medication. I promised myself I won't watch it again. I don't think King Kong and Godzilla is that good of a movie, to be honest with you. So that's it. Neither here nor there. So that's what Game Pass is. Game Pass is like these streaming services. It's only good unless there's something on there. So we're going to have to wait and see. Okay. But I mean, like Phil Spencer says, he wants he wants games integrated into Game Pass daily, similar to like Hulu, similar to like Netflix. Okay, all right. So, hit the like button if you like that. If y'all want to comment down below, I will answer questions. Let me see how long we been on here. I think we've been on here longer than 30 minutes. I'm just gonna go through these topics real fast. So Kyrie Irving and Dennis Scrotum played over the weekend. Brooklyn Nets versus the Lakers. And I'll be honest with you guys. I thought the Brooklyn Nets was going to blast the Los Angeles Lakers out of the water. No Anthony Davis. No LeBron James. Kareem Abdul-Drummond was injured. We wasn't sure if he was going to play, but he did play. And boy, was I surprised. The Lakers shellacked the Brooklyn Nets. But that's not even the biggest thing of the game, that the Lakers beat Brooklyn. The biggest story, the biggest news surrounding that game was Kyrie Irving got into a heated exchange with Dennis Scrotum. Over Saturday, I was trying to figure out why did they, I didn't know what was going on. And word got out that Kyrie Irving took offense of what Dennis Scrotum called him. He used the N-word. And it's got a lot of people on both sides of the fence. There's a lot of people, you got one side of the fence saying, well, Kyrie should be used to that. I'm pretty sure that's not his first time hearing the N-word. Okay. And you have a lot of people on the other side of the fence. Kyrie has changed. Okay. He's been on this social influence enlightenment. He's more Afrocentric. He's been studying African American history, and which is nothing wrong with that. And he's been heavily involved with that. And I've seen that with some people, like when they start wanting to become a Christian, and they start believing the word, and everything about them is Christian this, Christian that. And, they get into it with somebody because they don't share the same beliefs they do. And I remember what Chris Bouchard said, that's the reason why him and Dennis Scrotum, it got heated, because one, Kyrie is he's half African American, and he's Indian. And Dennis Scrotum is half African American, half German. And I feel like if this would have been any other player, I felt like Kyrie Irving would have turned around to that particular player and say, hey, look, I take offense of what you call me. I'm not no N-word. And then cooler heads would have prevailed. They was, okay, well, my bad, I'm sorry. And then cooler heads would have prevailed. I felt like with Dennis, even though he's he's got some African American in him, they perceive him as a foreign player, and he's German. And I feel like Kyrie Irving took offense of that. Like, somebody that's a European, somebody that's, not even from this country, calling him the N-word. And I think that really rubbed him the wrong way. And a lot of people saying like, oh, Kyrie, went overboard over it. And, Kyrie has been for the past couple of years, Kyrie has been an odd type of guy in the good sense of that word. Not in the bad sense, but in the good sense of that word. And he's been more social conscious. He's been really more social conscious ever since Black Lives Matter movement. I mean, he's been very social conscious. He have, changed a lot of stuff about him. He's not the same Kyrie Irving that he was when he was with Cleveland. He has really grown up. He's become his own man. And, if you've been following him, particularly on social media, I mean, he's just an odd type of guy. Okay, in the good way, not the bad, but the good way. Okay. And I felt like he took offense to what Dennis called him. Now, Skip was saying on Undisputed, basically, there's two N words. Okay, it's the one with the hard ER, and like when a white man calls a black guy with the hard ER, it really, rubs that individual the wrong way. Me personally, and even Chris Broussard said this: it doesn't matter if it's got the hard ER or if it doesn't. If it's offensive, it's offensive. And he called it, bull hockey. When and he wasn't talking about Skip, but he have heard that where, white people would say, well, with the hard ER, it's more offensive than just the regular N word. Okay. And Chris Bouchard said, that's a bunch of bull hockey. If that word's offensive, it doesn't matter if someone white saying it or someone black saying it, it's still offensive. Malcolm X didn't like that word. Okay. And he was telling the story about how Nicki Minaj had a Malcolm X picture. And the bottom of the picture, she had the N word up underneath it, and there was so many people. I forgot. I didn't know nothing about this. Was against Nicki Minaj for posting that, and then she quickly deleted it. Because I feel like a lot of people, when they post stuff, they don't really understand the history of stuff. Like, and same thing with Dennis Scrotum. I don't think he understands the history behind that word. And I think he said it in a term of endearment, but he didn't understand the history behind that word. And there's some reports saying that he even used the hard ER. I just think that's a bunch of bull hockey. I mean, an offensive word is an offensive word. I feel like you should treat people, no matter what their nationality, their color, it doesn't matter. Particularly, Dennis Scrotum has no history with Kyrie Irving. I mean, they're not friends. They don't really know each other. Basically, you're calling an N-word to a stranger. That's basically what Dennis Scrotum is. I know he knows who Kyrie Irving is, but what I'm saying is I don't think he knows anything about Kyrie Irving. Okay. And I feel like that really rubbed Kyrie the wrong way. I'm pretty sure Kyrie is going to talk about it sometime this week. He's not going to be in tonight's game, and he's going to tell his side of the story, if you want to say it's his side of the story. But yeah, so I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Okay. My opinion is you have to respect everybody. Okay. Everybody's not going to like, you have to treat everybody with respect. That's basically what I'm saying. Okay. All right. So my last topic, and let me see how long we've been on here. Okay. I want to be here on for a solid hour and I'm up out of here. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce her name right. But I'm going to try. Bhad Bhabie. All I know is her from the Catch Me Outside girl. she was on Dr. Phil, and her mother had issues with her. And then she said she uttered the catchphrase of the century, "Catch me outside, girl." And she's been that name for a minute, but now she done changed her name because now she's into rapping and things of that nature. Well, anywho, okay, apparently when she turned 18, I believe, she started an OnlyFans and made $1 million in 6 hours. Think of that for a second, guys. $1 million in 6 hours. There's layers to this story. Now, there's nothing provocative about it. It just basically just Instagram photos and videos that was kind of risque that you couldn't post on Instagram, but now she has a platform where she can post those videos and pics on Instagram. So there's no, nudity or anything like that. But think about it. She created an OnlyFans, made $1 million in 6 hours, and she surpassed. She broken the record. I don't know who previously had it before her, but they was talking about how she broke the record. Okay, and there's layers to this, and I wanna get into this. So, she's 18, and she's going to post, and she's doing OnlyFans. And I'm pretty sure she has a huge fan base. I'm pretty sure she has a huge loyal fan base, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people that is in her fan base has been asking her to do that, to do this. And at the time, she was too young to do it. Okay, and now when she become of age and she does it, it makes you wonder. I consider the people kind of weird, some weird, questionable people. Y'all looking kind of spooky out here, man. Y'all looking kind of spooky. And I say that you look kind of spooky because I'm going like, man, if you up here asking her when she was underage and you couldn't wait for her to make this, then you probably done had this in the back of your mind for the past couple of years. And some of y'all, man, I'm telling you, you might have Chris Hansen come over to your house. I'm just letting you know, you might have Chris Hansen. You're going to have some tall white guy just sitting in your living room. You coming from a hard day of work, coming into a living room going like, asking you, so how long you been fantasizing a 16-year-old? And that's, I'm just throwing that out there. I mean, I don't think a lot of people, I just think it's weird. I just think it's spooky weird, man. Spooky weird. Okay. But so I don't know. Oh, I forgot the girl that was on Disney that used to do Shake It Up. I can't think of her name. She had the record, and I think the Catch Me Outside girl done surpassed her. Okay. So I just think it's kind of spooky. It's kind of weird. You really have to question yourself. And I'm talking about guys. You really have to question yourself. I mean, I think that's kind of weird. You probably been fantasizing this when she was like underage. I'm just throwing that out there. Didn't Adrian Broner try to DM, was in her DMs? Like, ain't Adrian Broner like 30 something? I'm just saying. That's just spooky weird to me. All right, so we got like another. I want to make this a full hour, and we're at the 46-minute mark. If anybody got any questions or anything like that, feel free. While we take this time, I also want to tell y'all, okay, so this is just stuff I be thinking about, man. I just, sometimes when I'm out and about doing whatever I'm doing, it could be work, running an errand, whatever. I just be having random thoughts in my mind. Okay. And, this ain't, I mean, these thoughts are not. I mean, these thoughts are not going to hit Google top 10. Okay, so I don't know if y'all noticed this or not. Okay, but have y'all noticed that whatever, no matter what restaurant, no matter what retail store, department store, gas station, have y'all noticed that everything has become self-served, has self-service? Have y'all noticed that? I don't know if a lot of people pay attention to it, or you're so accustomed to just doing things on your own. Like, and you never once thought about it, and you just go through the motions. You don't realize that you just checked yourself out. You just stocked the shelf. You took the item from the shelf. You walked all the way to the front of the store. You checked yourself out. You paid. You bagged, and then you went. And you didn't even notice it. Okay, everything in today's modern world is self-service. No one is waiting on you. You don't have a human waiting on you, servicing you, giving you customer service, giving you a friendly, warm smile. Everything is just computers. Okay, quick story, true story. So I went into CVS to get some allergy medicine. Okay, I don't know why I said asthma. Allergy medicine. Okay, I walk in there. Okay, I didn't know. I think I knew where it could be, so I walked down that aisle, and lo and behold, that was the wrong aisle. But it was an aisle next over. So I said, "Cool." Went to the aisle next over. I got the medication. Okay. And then I proceed to go up front to pay for it. Okay. There's nothing else I wanted to get. Okay. So I went up front, and there was nobody in the check lane. Now, mind you, I just passed like 3 workers just coming up front. I could have easily turned around and asked one of the workers, "Hey, can anybody check me out?" And there was nobody at the register, but next to the register, okay, it was a little thing with jig where you can check yourself out. It was not that big. It had bags on it, and I just scanned it, put it in a bag, and I paid for it. I went on my way, and I was going like, man, that's I just had a thought like everything in this world is designed for you to check for you to service yourself. Think about it. Like Taco Bell have these kiosks, all right? And they have these kiosks, and you can just go straight into Taco Bell, go to the kiosk, select your order, pay for it, and then you can wait as they hand you the order instead of going to the register. I think that's a great idea, but the reason why I don't think it's a good idea is where they have the kiosk set up. Set up at. They have it like right next to the cash register. I mean, wouldn't it just be easier for you to just walk straight to the cash register, wait for somebody to service you, and then bam, there you go? That's just me. Okay. Gas stations, they always had this, okay, where you can just swipe your card, pump your gas, and then you're on your way. Okay. And I was thinking to myself, man, that's pretty much how society is. I mean, wow, when you think about it, everything is going to probably be a self-served. Now, yeah, there's some pros and cons with that. You will get out quicker. Okay. You don't have to wait in no long line. Okay. But always, I used to hear this a lot in grocery stores from a lot of customers. I remember when they started the self-check lanes, self-checkouts. And I remember them setting them up. And I remember this old white guy, I could never forget it, walked up to me. He said, "What are those things?" And then I told him, yo, yeah, that's I guess that's the new future. They're gonna build these self-checkouts. They're basically where customers can just come in and check out their own groceries. And he said, check out your own groceries. I'm not using that. And the first couple of years, people didn't use it. But then after that, people got used to it. And then they started using it. And then people would always say this to me, like, I'm not using those things because that's like taking a job from y'all. I mean, they're there regardless. Okay. And I remember people saying, well, they're never going to take the place of an actual cashier. And that was like 15 years ago. Now, there's more self-checkout registers than actual registers. Y'all know that, right? I mean, yeah, you can stand in line. You can, shoot. I'm not going to say the store's name, but I'm pretty sure we all know of this store. Okay. You go in there and it's low prices every day. And then when you get your merchandise and try to stand in a check lane, the line is always into the clothing section. But then when you start looking around, you start seeing the self-checkout registers and the line is not that long. So you have a decision to make. Should I stand over here next to these blouses or should I just go to the self-checkout? Let me think about it. Let me ponder on it. Well, why I will go to the self-checkout. I mean, and two, here's another thing I think about. You know, with COVID-19, with this pandemic, you know, a lot of people are working from home. A lot of people done lost their jobs due to COVID-19 and the pandemic, right? And we're just now getting back on the road of recovery. We're almost there to when back to normalcy, back to being normal. Okay. And still, people, I feel like there are some people out there that have some strong beliefs and reasons why they're, you know, and there's some people just simply scared of working in an environment with around a bunch of people because they're scared of getting COVID-19, the coronavirus. Okay. And then you have some people like myself, you know, I look, all you can do, I mean, what you going to do? You're going to stand in the house all day? I mean, you're not even going to attempt to get no groceries. You're not going to pay no bills. You're not going out. I mean, eventually you can't stay at home forever. So you have a decision to make. You like either you're going to be in the house all the time or are you going to, I mean, are you going to just go out? I mean, just take your precautions, you know, just keep your distance from people, wear your mask, wash your hands, use hand sanitizer. I mean, you just do all the precautions. Like, I mean, or be stuck in the house. And so you have that side of the people on that side of the fence. Then you have people on the other side of the fence. They're exploiting this. They're like, hey, look, I'd rather just stay at home, collect a check, and that would be that. Okay. And I feel like someone was telling me, and I feel like we have more people doing that. And that's why when it comes to this country, excuse me, the production has went down. I mean, I was reading a news report that said that Heinz ketchup It was going to be hard to find Heinz ketchup. When did you ever thought that was going to happen? When you thought it was going to be a day where we won't have no Heinz ketchup? Okay. And it's getting hard for retail stores to get this stuff in, because it's hard to make it. And when you do make it, it's a product that's a highly demanding product that other people want as well. And it's getting rough out there, folks. Eventually we're all going to have to put our best foot forward. We're all going to have to work together and get this country back going, get this country back being productive and strong. And I feel like it starts with these vaccines. You got tomorrow I'm supposed to be getting my second shot for COVID. I got my first one about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they told me, hey, tomorrow 2 p.m. get your second dose and then you're straight. A lot of people are getting mixed messages about the second shot. A lot of people telling me the second one's probably going to be your worst one. You're going to be like moody, sleepy. You're going to be tired all the time. Some people said you get headaches, get cold, you get shivers. I don't know. But some of the people saying that about the first shot. The first shot didn't bother me. My arm was sore, but other than that, that was that. So I don't know how this is going to be on me, but tomorrow I'm supposed to be getting my second shot. So I'll be a little bit more safer than I was 2 or 3 months ago. Okay. Because 2 or 3 months ago, I didn't have I didn't have no shots. I just stayed away from anybody. I gave everybody their space. I washed my hands. I sanitized my workspace. I mean, I did all I can do so I wouldn't get the COVID virus, COVID-19, the coronavirus. And I have heard so many people getting it. Okay. I've heard so many people getting it, and knock on wood, I haven't gotten it. So I'm thanking my lucky stars for that. Okay. Okay. So that's been an hour. That has been an hour. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer if anybody else got anything else to say. Next time I do this next Monday, I'm going to advertise it. I'm going to let y'all know when it comes out. This is kind of like the spur of the moment, even though I talked about it Saturday. And I'm gonna put it under the notifications and let you guys know that I'm going to do another one. I had fun doing it. I was supposed to have someone come in. He didn't. He canceled at the last minute because I started late. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'm done. Seems like there are no comments. Before everyone leave, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. Once this process, if y'all got any more comments down below, you can comment down below once this is already processed into a video, and I'll try to comment to as many as I could, as I can. I'll see you guys next Monday, and I'll have some more topics, and we're just gonna, like I said, next time I do this, the first 30 minutes, I'm just gonna do it. If I don't get any comments or anything like that, I'm just going to just end it right there. So I apologize. I was a little late. Sorry about that. Share this content with your friend, family, and followers. Hit the like button, comment in the comment section. This really supports the growth and development of this channel. I'm your boy. I'm up out of here. I will see y'all next Monday. Hopefully, you know what? Next Monday, I'm just going to do one topic, and then we're just going to just shoot the breeze after that. I will talk to you guys later. Deuces.